All right. Hello, everyone. This is the Mgtow Cowboy. Greetings and salutations. I got another video for you guys. I'm probably going to make this into 2, possibly 3 separate videos. This is going to be a shout out slash, I don't know exactly, essentially it's a shout out video to another Mgtow channel. A couple days ago, I had a very candid, very lively conversation with 2 gentlemen. And the gentleman that was hosting it, I want to shout him out right now. His name is Thomas Lundy, and his site is called, I think it's called Knowledge is Power. Knowledge is Power Mgtow. You can just type in Knowledge is Power, and then the acronym Mgtow, he'll pop right up. And I guess this was a live stream that he hosted, and it started out, pretty bland, but then it got real good towards the end. So I'm going to make, I don't know, I'll probably make at least 2 videos out of this. And this is basically a shout out to him. If you guys like Mgtow content, maybe check him out. I'd recommend checking him out. He has a lot of good material. One small criticism that I would make of him is he does come off as having a very high level of religiosity. He's, I think he was a former... what's that called? He was a former Jehovah's Witness, but he sort of sees it now as like a cult or something. I don't know, but that's a side issue there. Anyway, I'm sorry. Without further ado, this is Thomas Lundy, and Knowledge is Power.
A lot of work. I remember being married. You have to put in work. It's rewarding. It can drive you crazy, but it is rewarding. I'd say, yeah, okay.
We all know. Well, what do you think in that perspective? Like, are you for marriage, or are you against marriage, or like you think that you can never find like someone that would care enough for you on the long run, or what is your perspective? And how old are you, by the way? Sorry, all the question I'm throwing at you, man.
I'm sorry. Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, I'm speaking to you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. No, I've been listening to you guys very astutely. Yeah, I would say, oh boy, I don't even know where to start. I have a lot of respect for your channel, or I have a lot of respect for your work, Tom. But I think, I have to offer up some criticisms. Okay, so first off, yeah, my name is Joseph. I'm 37. Are you a trucker, by the way, Art? I see.
Yeah, I'm a trucker. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Actually, can before I go on a diatribe, can I get you to just talk just for a second, just for 1 minute or 2 minutes about being a trucker? I got my CDL 2 years ago, and I was driving for a supermarket here in Chicago, but it's a small little truck. It's like a 24-foot refrigerated box truck, and I'm ready to make the move up to like big rig trucking. Can you talk about big rig trucking just for a minute? How long have you done it? What have you done? Are you local? You regional? Over the road?
No, I'm currently off the road right now, and then so. The reason it's easier for me is because currently my wife and daughter are actually living overseas. They're in Poland. So I recently started trucking about like 2 years now, I would say, right? And OTR, it's pretty fantastic, man. And I love being on the road. I love doing a whole bunch of stuff. And
can you please speak to that? Is the money good? I hear the money is amazing for over the road. Is it dangerous? Another thing I hear is like over the road trucking is like. It's like with the top 10 most dangerous jobs in America or something like that.
Yes and no, right? I mean, I would say like, everything in life, right, requires a level of risk. And if you do construction, you could like fell off a ladder, right? And to me, I would say that, driving local is actually a lot more dangerous than actually over the road because you have to deal with more local traffic. And you're more tired because you're constantly having to, deal with rush hour and all that stuff. And over the road, you just, hop on the highway, you go. Of course, sure, you see a lot more accident because you're on the road all the time. So you're gonna see
driving all the time, yeah.
Driving all the time. Money is pretty good. right? It depends on if you start off with a big carrier, then you don't get paid as much as, let's say you start with a medium-sized carrier or something like that, or a smaller company. But everything, there's like, there's some good and some bad. Like, big carrier, they're more flexible, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so they're more flexible. If, let's say, you have your truck breakdown, there's less hassle to deal with. There's more options and things like that, benefits and everything. And a medium-sized carrier, you'll get paid a lot more. And but there's a channel called Trucker Brown. If you go to his channel,
I've heard of Trucker Brown. I love Trucker Brown. His story is amazing. He's actually from Chicago, like me. He came from the hood. He had like nothing, and then he just like rolled the dice. I think he joined up with I think it was CR England and a terminal over in Gary. And now he's like the classic American success story. He's doing it real big.
Exactly. So he's way more informative than anything that I can actually ever give you, because I'm only in 2 years in. So you check him out, and then
I'm sorry. I had you go off on a tangent there, but thank you. I appreciate that. So,
all right. Let me hear your criticism, Mgtow Cowboy.
Oh yeah, no, Tom. Again, I mean, I like your channel. I'm subscribed. I've watched like almost, I don't know, maybe not every video, but most of your videos. I just think that you give. I think that you give women too much credit. I remember listening to many of your videos. You'll say things like, women have love. Women have love. I don't think that men and women love the same way. I mean, ultimately what I'm saying is I don't think women have the ability to love like men love. Some of this can be reconciled with like science. Like we know for a fact that men and women have different brain chemistries. Different chemicals are released. What's that? I'm sorry.
Mgtow. All right. Before you continue, all right. Define what you believe love is. Okay,
right. Okay. So I think that men have what you would call true love. Women do not. Men are willing to literally fight and die for their families. Okay. They'll cross oceans. They'll climb mountains. They'll write amazing poetry. They'll do all kinds of crazy things. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like altruism. They will put themselves. It's like they'll put themselves last, and they'll put other people before them. I don't think that women are like that.
In no way at all.
No. I mean, people will say, well, what about their children? Women love their children. Yes, women do love their children a little bit, but really, that in a way, that's just because they see their children as like an extension of themselves. Women do not. Yeah.
All right. Also, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but here's the question, right? So
no, it's okay.
If there's the danger, there's like a danger in the household, right? So would you want, and then your woman have to make a choice between you and your child, or your child's together, right? Would you want her to protect the child, or would you want her to actually choose you to live?
That's a good question. I guess I would say because of how the line continues, you would want her to protect the child.
Okay, so then in that sense, wouldn't it make more sense to actually for her to love the child more than she actually loves you?
Sure, that makes sense. Sure, I totally agree with that. But how often does that happen? As opposed to she gets upset, she's feeling emotional. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, she calls the police and she says that you hit her, and then you're in family court, and then she divorces you, takes the house, takes the kids. It's like, yeah, you're right. Of course, in like a life or death situation, you would want her to protect the child. What I'm saying is we don't really live. Barring some like exceptions, that's not very common. What is more common is men and women are now competing for social dominance. And
sorry.
All right. Okay. Now I'm going to address. All right, so you don't. Okay, I want to address the point that you don't seem to feel that women are capable of love, or in other words,
No, they're not capable. This has actually been proven now. Okay, so like whenever I sort of get into a conversation like this, I point to people, or I point people to his name is Kohlberg. It's called the six stages of moral development. And this is empiricism. This is like scientific method, where you can conduct an experiment and then you can reproduce the experiment over and over. At the University of Moscow, and then the University of Cape Town, the University of Sydney. And what do they find? They find that men exhibit 6 major stages of moral development, with the highest being empathy. Women never reach that. Now, they pretend like they do, but what the scientific experiment uses what's it called? Where they observe you. They observe the women without the women knowing that they're being observed. Basically, when women are not being watched, it's proven that they only exhibit 3 stages of moral development, while men exhibit 6. Women have the first 3, but they never matriculate. They never graduate to the top 3 that men can, and not all men reach the top either. But yeah, I mean, it's basically proven. So then what they say is, well, but it doesn't matter, but it does. It does. This is. No, I'm telling you, men and women are different. I'm telling you.